When did you first learn about sex?
Fifth grade.
What do you remember learning?
Do you want me to explain?
When did you first learn about sex?
Oh, shit.
Oh man, let me think.
Oof, that.
When did you first learn about sex?
So young.
So young.
Probably like 5, 7, or 8.
I always thought sex was like you hold hands and kiss each other.
Kiss each other.
I thought that if you slept in a bed with the opposite sex, that was sex. And I was like scared to sleep in beds with my brothers.
When did you first learn about sex?
Second grade.
3rd grade.
Fifth grade.
It was through a friend.
And they'd be like, oh yeah, a boy and a girl, they do this, that.
Did you know that like this person did this with this person? And I was like, what is it though? Here's you, here's the guy. The guy has a dick.
Like, the penis has to go in the...
It's when the dick goes in the vagina.
And I was like really scarred.
Traumatizing.
What the fuck is that?
Why were you scarred?
So I was like, my mom and dad have done that.
I was like, no.
Did you ever hear about it from friends or anything?
I went to private school my whole life, so I didn't really get to hear about it. I guess I learned it from social media.
I had access to the internet way too soon. 5th grade, 6th grade, like 7th grade.
Naturally, I stumbled upon things.
Hot girls.
Fan fiction.
What does it mean to be dominant or submissive?
I think I just looked up gay sex and then there it was.
Oh wow, that's how it works?
Oh.
Searching up guys kissing. Oh my God.
My friend, she was like, I dare you to watch gay porn with me. And I was like, we are in 3rd grade.
What do you remember looking up online?
Porn.
My group members in robotics club were talking about masturbating.
Boys were talking about Pornhub at the lunch table in 3rd grade. And they're like, look at this. And we just started crying because we didn't know, it was not good.
When did you first learn about sex?
When I was little, I walked in on my parents.
Walked in on my parents when I was little. That was gross.
I walked in on my mom and my stepdad doing it. They decided that right after was a good time to have that conversation.
Did your parents have the birds and the bees talk with you?
No.
Never.
I never really had like the talk with like my parents.
They tried to, but I would always fake throwing up so I wouldn't have to go through the awkwardness of it.
What do you remember your mom saying?
You know when like two people really love each other and then
They'll,
Though what? I don't know.
they go in the bed and
I don't really know how to say.
My mom took me to Barnes & Nobles and she was like, here, read this. And it was a Birds and the Bees book.
Do you remember the name of the book?
It's so amazing.
It's just a picture book of a bunch of different animals doing it.
I had my dad's Kindle and I downloaded this like photo of a naked girl and then he caught me and he had to talk with me.
How was that?
I cried.
When did you first learn about sex?
They did it through movies.
Movies and TV shows.
I was watching a movie and there's a sex scene in it. My parents let me watch the Austin Powers movies.
Dumb and Dumber 2.
Pretty Little Liars taught me about sex.
I was watching like Family Guy or something.
Family Guy?
You learned about sex through Family Guy?
Yeah.
I had like taken my brother's phone and I like texted his friend and I was like, do you want to have sex? I didn't know what it meant or anything and I was like 6. And I think my mom like later sat me down and she was like, you can't do that.
Did your parents ever talk to you about it?
Yeah,
What were their answers?
honest ones.
Did your parents give you any talks?
Yeah.
My mom brought me into this room.
They sat me down and they were just saying like, sex, you shouldn't be having it.
Don't trust guys. My mom just told me not to get pregnant.
Don't make any decisions that could like change the course of the rest of your life.
My parents never talked about it. It was something that they wanted to keep under the hush-hush. I'm not a big fan. My parents are very religious. It never really came up until they kind of found like a condom wrapper of mine. They were like, birth control. And that was it.
I let them know really early on that I was not interested in getting like the talk.
Not interested in their sex life, so I don't think they should be interested in mine.
The only reason I learned about sex is actually through school. Sex ed, Flash.
What's Flash?
Family life and sexual health. What the body parts are and like how it works.
What do you remember learning?
Do you want me to explain?
Sure.
You stick a penis into a vagina and that makes kids. Unless you have a condom on.
He took out a banana and then he took out like a real condom and then he put it on the condom and he was like, this, boys, is how you're supposed to do it.
Listening to the teacher talk about it was very weird and uncomfortable. I was like, oh, I don't like this.
How did you feel in that moment?
Kind of confused because I was learning more about male genitalia versus women genitalia.
And all the sex talk is also very like heterosexual focused. You don't even know about like other forms of pleasure there are.
Do you feel like your health class education was like sufficient?
I'd say no. More of like the sensitive topics, I guess, aren't really talked about enough. We got more of like the facts. We don't really learn a lot about like actual like sex, what it means, you know, what it means to you as a person to be that intimate with somebody else like that.
My parents were always really good about being communicative, and when I was curious about something, just being honest about it. And I think that that was really helpful because it was never like taboo or like a big deal. It's just something that you can kind of talk about.